something Dodger fans didn't think was possible after Game 5 of this World Series, going down 3-2 at home, and they turned it around. Game 6 was another Yoshi Yamamoto game. He shut down the Toronto Bats enough so that they could force a Game 7. We thought it was done again. Third inning down 3-0, eighth inning down 4-2, ninth inning down 4-3, but time and again, the Dodgers found ways to claw out a run, and they were able to fight their way back to a lead. It went to 11 innings, and the water just dripping from this plane as the champs are on board.
So who gets to step out first? Who gets to claim that first moment walking out for the plane? You have the MVP, Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
Yep. I would guess Yoshi, but it could be Dave Roberts. It could be Clayton Kershaw, who is retiring. It could be Miguel Rojas, who is retiring. I would imagine they're going to push Clayton Kershaw out the door first with the trophy in tow. We will see. There are so many deserving players to do it. But my money's on Clayton Kershaw. This is a very emotional time for him. His career is now over, and he gets to go out a champ. It didn't seem like it was going to end that way, and he has struggled with injuries for years. He didn't pitch for much of this season, which has become a bit of the norm for him. He was able to get healthy enough. I believe he and Shohei might have led the team in wins. He was 10-2 this year, but we all know he was not the Clayton Kershaw of years past, and so he got that one batter in the World Series, got to say he participated in helping win this championship, and we'll see. It's a good question. Who's going to be the first to emerge? All
right, we're going to keep eyes on this from Air 7 as your World Series champion Dodgers return home to Los Angeles to begin their celebrations here in the streets of Los Angeles tomorrow. But first, we're going to get over to our Niku Kazori, who has a look at what the weather is going to look like for those Dodgers and the big celebration tomorrow. Niku?
Yeah, you know, the weather, Liz and Jory, it couldn't get any better tomorrow. So we are looking at these really nice temperatures, fall temperatures, and yeah, it's going to be excellent tomorrow for the Dodgers parade. Look at this beautiful shot coming to us from our LAX camera. I wish we could see the plane that was carrying the Dodgers, but instead we have this gorgeous sunset tonight. We have all of those pinks and oranges. It looks really pretty out there. 61 degrees under mostly clear skies, and Long Beach looking really pretty tonight as well. About 65 degrees in Long Beach, but all across Southern California, we're looking at these temperatures cooling down, and it feels great too. 67 in Los Angeles, looking at 74 right now in Riverside, 75 in Ontario, and really starting to cool down in places like San Clemente, about 59 degrees right now, 68 in Long Beach, Seal Beach 64, and same thing in Huntington Beach. We do have some changes on the way, so hopefully you all were enjoying these temperatures that we had this weekend. We were actually a little bit warmer than we should be, but as we head into this week, we're starting to see things cool down. So Futurecast is showing by Tuesday and Wednesday, we're actually going to be tracking this trough that's on its way from the Gulf of Alaska. So we're going to start really cooling down. By Wednesday, the high temps should be around 70 degrees, but then that's going to be pretty short-lived, and instead a ridge is going to build, and we're going to see those temperatures kind of jump right back up. And as we head into next weekend, some places could be seeing temperatures in the 80s again. So we are definitely seeing that roller coaster type pattern return to our forecast this week. Lows tonight will be in the low to mid 50s, some places in the mid to upper 50s. We're looking at 56 overnight in Pasadena, same thing in Covina, Anaheim, 50.
in Los Angeles. You're looking live back at LAX. That is the plane carrying Dodgers families and the team staff. Plane number 2 is carrying the team itself. There it is. A look at that Delta plane that has been chartered from Toronto back to Los Angeles, carrying your World Series champions on it. We just saw most of plane number 1 disembark and get off. We're hoping that they're able to move that plane, or if they're going to bring this plane to a different gate, we'll be able to do it during our broadcast. But we're going to continue to watch this as this plane makes its way to its final destination at the gate here, and we want to see who will be the first member of the Dodgers to emerge from that plane with the championship trophy in tow.
Your money's on Clayton Kershaw.
I would believe it was Kershaw. I did look at the numbers. So he had 11 wins this year. He was 11-2. That was one shy of the team lead, which is appropriately enough Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who led the team with 12 wins. He was 12-8 with a 2.49 ERA. Just so impressive what this guy has done. Coming in here from Japan, he was a key offseason acquisition. They made him the highest paid starting pitcher in Major League Baseball history. And I'd say that paid off quite a bit as Yoshi earned World Series MVP honors.
And there they go. Your World Series champion Dodgers are now moving to the gate as their family and staff disembarks from the plane that's still there, boarding those buses to head back to Dodger Stadium for the first time as back-to-back World Series champions. You have to imagine the players are sort of gathering their belongings, passing around that trophy perhaps one final time and preparing to emerge.
Yeah,
Those are some of the celebrations you're seeing that were happening last night. Most of them peaceful, a lot of fireworks, as you would imagine, and some burnouts in the middle of the street, but mostly things did remain calm for the most part.
Did see some wild scenes on social media from various locations across town last night. It was difficult, I think, for police because they were not able to get their helicopters into the air due to the cloud cover and the fog that had taken over much of Los Angeles, so they couldn't really track things the way that they normally would. And you had officers and sheriff's deputies in places like East LA who were spread very thin trying to put out all the proverbial fires. And in some cases, we hear there were actual fires amid the celebrations. And so it was a tough, busy night. We didn't hear of any major damage done. Again, no major injuries. We saw several people taken into custody. We heard operations where they sent tear gas into the crowd, trying to move people back. We saw it in Echo Park, in Pacoima, East LA, downtown LA. There were some hot spots of problems, but it sounds like everything was largely okay, other than a few problems here and there.
The Dodgers were a long way from all of that last night as they celebrated that on the field in Rogers Center last night. So they are now home. They are going to be greeted on the streets of LA tomorrow morning. How many people do you think will be out there tomorrow? 250,000 at least.
I think after the World Series we saw, which was described by Tim Kirkjian, a longtime baseball analyst, as the best World Series he has ever seen in his life. And he says he's covered 44 of them. I think this will bring an even larger crowd than what we saw last year, which itself was rather large. You were in Chicago. You are a good luck charm. I have to tell our viewers, we should all be thankful. We already are for other reasons, but Los Angeles should be thankful that Liz Nagy is here. She's brought a championship to the Cubs, who hadn't won one in forever.
108 years, I think they snapped.
108 years, and shows up here. We had a little bit of a shorter wait in Los Angeles. It was 1 year to wait.
365 days.
But you brought it back. You brought it back, and we thank you for it.
We sure did. Now we're going to continue to watch these images coming in from Air 7 as the plane chartering the World Series champions Dodgers returns to the gate. We'll be keeping an eye on that, get those images to see who emerges first. But this will also be a big celebration because you have some big retirements, some big names that will be hanging up their hats, putting away their bats for good after tomorrow.
Yeah, just think about how Miguel Rojas has just inked his name into Dodger legend. He would have likely been largely forgotten to history when you think of the pantheon of Dodger heroes, and there he was to tie things up in the 9th inning of Game 7 of the World Series. And there was a shot of Dave Roberts in the dugout last night, putting his hands to his head in disbelief. And that was Dodger Nation last night. We were all shocked at how this
It was just such an incredible moment. We're going to keep those pictures streaming for you on our website, ABC7.com. You can continue to watch there for your World Series champions Dodgers as they return home.
We'll see you back here at 6 right after World News Tonight.